Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something that caught a lot of attention. Phylicia Rashad has finally spoken out about Tempestt Bledsoe, and she shared it just days before the heartbreaking news of Malcolm-Jamal Warner's passing. What she revealed didn't just spark conversations, it also reminded people of the lasting impact of the Cosby Show. For decades, so much has stayed behind the curtain, and now we're getting a closer look. Are you ready? Because there's more depth to this story than most realize. Have you ever wondered if there was more going on between Tempestt and Malcolm? If you think so, drop a 1 in the comments, and if it never crossed your mind, type 0. Sit back and enjoy the video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to support the channel, because what you're seeing here is only the beginning of the story. You shared a detailed and dramatic account about the behind-the-scenes controversies and tensions on The Cosby Show, involving key cast members like Phylicia Rashad, Tempestt Bledsoe, and Malcolm-Jamal Warner. The story covers everything from heated arguments back in the 90s to a more recent Zoom call, and it hints that these long-running conflicts may have played a part in what's often described as Malcolm-Jamal Warner's tragic downfall. According to the story, things reportedly began with a private Zoom call between former Cosby Show cast members just a few months before Malcolm-Jamal Warner's passing. During that call, Phylicia Rashad, often referred to as the mother of the cast, allegedly called out Tempestt Bledsoe. She accused her of years of manipulation, sabotage, and emotional pressure that had supposedly been going on for a long time. An anonymous source even claimed that Tempestt had held jealousy toward Malcolm-Jamal Warner's career dating back to the 90s. The feud was said to have started after Tempestt Bledsoe launched her own talk show, while Malcolm-Jamal Warner kept landing more roles and attention. At one point, a leaked internal email even suggested that Tempestt accused Malcolm of stealing the spotlight during script readings. Phylicia Rashad, stepping in as a peacemaker, reportedly tried to calm things down by arranging private therapy sessions for the cast during the show's 6th season. But those efforts didn't seem to work. During one of those therapy sessions, Tempestt reportedly walked out after accusing Malcolm of manipulating producers to cut her lines. Fast forward to the much-discussed Zoom call, Phylicia Rashad allegedly told Malcolm-Jamal Warner directly that she believed he had been sabotaged by Tempestt. In that moment, Tempestt abruptly turned off her camera, which many interpreted as a sign of guilt or simply wanting to disconnect. That exchange was said to have pushed Malcolm-Jamal Warner into a severe emotional breakdown. According to a close family friend, Malcolm began pulling away from the outside world in the final weeks of his life. He stopped answering calls, canceled public appearances, and even told his manager, "I'm tired of pretending I'm fine." These changes deeply worried the people around him, who felt he was slipping into a state of mental and emotional exhaustion. This leaves a heavy question hanging in the air. Could the long-running conflict have been the final straw, reopening old wounds and making them far more painful? Remarkably, all of this unfolded just 2 weeks after that tense Zoom call, the full details of which still haven't been made public. From that point on, Malcolm's health was said to have declined rapidly. While official reports listed his passing as natural, those close to him saw it differently. They believe it was the weight of emotional trauma, years of pressure, and the feeling of being manipulated that slowly broke him down, a kind of pain no doctor could diagnose. In his final days, they described Malcolm as a quiet, withdrawn figure, almost as if he were waiting for something to finally give way. But here's the thing. That wasn't even the moment that had people tweeting in all caps. After the silence settled, a rumor began to spread. Just as Phylicia Rashad's microphone seemed to go quiet, one colleague claimed they heard her whisper, "I should have said something years ago, but I was afraid of what she would do." And she, of course, was Tempestt. That single line lit the spark for a scandal no one saw coming, a truth buried for decades, suddenly rising to the surface, unleashing a wave of questions and a storm of public outrage. Because right when Phylicia's microphone was supposed to be muted, she reportedly whispered, yes, whispered, something another cast member swears was, "I should have said that years ago, but I was afraid of what she would do." And she was Tempestt Bledsoe. That's where the real scandal begins, raising the big question. What could have happened behind the scenes that made America's TV mom too afraid to speak up? Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Phylicia Rashad is being bold enough to finally expose the truth? Or is she just trying to protect her image? If you think she's showing real courage, drop a 2 in the comments. But if you believe this is more of a distraction tactic, type 5 instead. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you think this twist is just as wild as it sounds. What kind of power did Tempestt really hold over the cast? Some even wondered if she used her short time as a talk show host to collect private details about her co-stars as leverage. According to one crew member, Tempestt kept actual folders filled with sensitive information, things like contracts, salaries, and even personal details about fellow actors and guests. That reputation for control gave her a presence on set that many found intimidating. She was said to be obsessed with everyone's contracts, always knowing exactly who got paid what, even the guest stars. And then, there's the tape. Yes, a tape. Supposedly recorded back in 1997 and tucked away in a box of old VHS tapes labeled Vanessa's Birthday Behind the Scenes. But this wasn't some lighthearted home video. According to sources, it captured a heated backstage clash between Tempestt and Malcolm, where she accused him of trying to ruin her career. Trying? So what was actually on that tape? Where is it now? And why did someone reportedly try to sell it to TMZ for 50 grand just days after Malcolm's death? From there, the chaos only grew. The network scrambling behind the scenes, Tempest's suspicious silence, and whispers of quiet investigations already underway. But just when you think the story couldn't possibly get any bigger, the so-called locker room confession surfaced, a revelation no one was ever meant to hear. This behind-the-scenes bombshell allegedly dropped just days before Malcolm's passing, and the shockwaves are still rattling the legacy of one of black television's most iconic shows. According to a technician who worked on the Cosby Show reunion special, which interestingly never made it to air, Phylicia Rashad was caught in a private conversation with a producer. An open microphone allegedly picked up her words, and what she said about Tempestt Bledsoe was enough to make the stage lights shake. "I tried to protect her all these years," Phylicia was overheard whispering. "But you can't protect someone who lives in the shadows. Tempestt was never innocent." Wait a second, is this really the Tempestt we thought we knew? The witty, sarcastic, seemingly harmless Vanessa Huxtable? According to insiders, Phylicia didn't just spill the beans. She uncorked a scandal that had been bottled up for years, brewed with silence and betrayal. It seems the tension between Tempestt and Malcolm-Jamal Warner had been simmering all along, but nobody dared to bring it up. Not because it wasn't real, but because Phylicia worked tirelessly to protect the perfect TV family image in the public eye. But now, the curtain is finally falling. That hot mic didn't just capture regret, It captured raw anger. "Malcolm warned me," Phylicia was reportedly heard saying. "He told me Tempestt would destroy this legacy. He said, 'Phylicia, she's talking to the wrong people. She's not loyal.' And just like that, the entire conversation shifted. Suddenly, people began digging into the old Cosby archives, deleted scenes, interviews, even reunion clips. Online sleuths pointed out that Tempestt often appeared distant, distracted, almost detached, as if there was always some unspoken tension hiding beneath the surface. There's even a viral 2012 talk show clip where Tempestt seems almost cold toward Malcolm. With a dry laugh, she says, "Oh, Malcolm, we haven't talked in years. He's always busy with his circles." Circles? That sounded less like a casual quip and more like a shadow over their relationship. And now, in hindsight, some believe those circles may have been code for the behind-the-scenes conflicts quietly bubbling beneath the polished image of The Cosby Show. In a shocking twist for longtime fans, an audio diary allegedly kept by Malcolm was leaked. Yes, a diary, reportedly filled with recordings of him feeling silenced and manipulated by someone he once considered a trusted sister. While the tape itself hasn't been verified, a supposed handwritten transcript has been circulating online, and it's serious. One chilling line shared widely on Reddit reads, "I thought Phylicia could handle everything, but even she couldn't control what Tempestt was about to do." "She's talking to outsiders. She's going to blow things up. If anything happens to me, know that it's not by accident." That whispered line was enough to send shivers down the spine. Fans and conspiracy theorists quickly gave it a name, the Huxtable curse, a phrase that came to represent the mystery and unseen forces said to haunt the family. But to those who heard it, this wasn't just a phrase. It was a warning, a signal that a tragedy was on the horizon. Malcolm's possible premonition of trouble ahead sent shockwaves through Black Hollywood and among his loyal fans. Even actress Raven Simonet added fuel to the speculation when she posted a cryptic Instagram story shortly after his passing. Just a black screen with the words, "Some truths should never be buried." That single post only deepened the public's curiosity and skepticism, raising even more questions about the hidden corners and long-buried secrets surrounding this story. What's truly remarkable is what happened next. After Phylicia Rashad finally broke her silence, her voice shaky, her eyes filled with hidden tears, Tempestt Bledsoe vanished from the spotlight completely. No tweets, no statements, no appearances at public events, just silence. A silence so unusual that it left fans, the media, and the entire industry asking the same question: why? What was the reason behind Tempest's sudden disappearance? Tempest's silence only made the scandal feel darker and more mysterious than ever. It sparked endless speculation that massive secrets might still be buried behind the scenes of this legendary show. And with her sudden disappearance, all eyes turned toward her, waiting, watching, as if the world expected her to be the one holding the answers to questions no one else could explain. TMZ even reported that Tempest's team refused to reveal her whereabouts during the filming of the Cosby Memorial. The official statement read, "Ms. Bledsoe is currently focusing on her mental and emotional health." Many took that as code for one thing. She saw the storm coming and chose to disappear. Meanwhile, backlash against Phylicia Rashad has been swift. Some fans accused her of deflecting blame in order to protect her own legacy. One viral thread put it bluntly: This feels like another powerful woman protecting her image by throwing a younger actress under the bus. If Phylicia knew all along, why is she only speaking out now? That was the question critics kept repeating. But at the same time, others came to her defense, suggesting she was finally releasing a burden she had carried in silence for decades. We don't know how much Phylicia has been holding inside. Maybe this is her way of grieving, by coming clean. Let the woman speak, one supporter wrote. And just like that, social media turned into a battleground, split between anger and sympathy. And then, more stories started to surface. One anonymous crew member claimed he once saw Malcolm walk out of a production meeting early after a heated argument with Tempestt left him visibly shaken. It was the first time I ever saw Theo Huxtable cry on camera, the insider said. But hold on, because it goes even deeper. Tempestt was reportedly shopping around an expose memoir just months before Malcolm's death. A proposal, allegedly titled The Price of Family, My Life Behind the Cosby Curtain, was said to have been sent to multiple publishers under a pseudonym. The book is said to paint certain cast members in a very unflattering light, and while no one has officially confirmed it was Tempest's work, the timing and tone seem almost too close to ignore. That leaves some big questions hanging in the air. Was Malcolm trying to stop the book? Did Phylicia only discover the truth too late? And is Tempest's silence part of a bigger plan, or simply remorse? The puzzle pieces are starting to fall into place, but the full picture is still murky. And just when fans thought they were connecting the dots, an anonymous source stepped forward with one final twist. And just like that, the whispers turned into shouts. By the time the scandal reached its third act, the carefully polished facade of Hollywood had cracked wide open, spilling out like champagne at a backstage party. At the center of it all was a legacy once celebrated for its warmth and wisdom, now clouded by suspicion, betrayal, and collapse. And make no mistake, the fallout was explosive. As Phylicia's revelations spread like wildfire, everyone from tabloid blogs to major television networks jumped in, tearing apart the Cosby legacy piece by piece, almost as if they were collecting old debts. TMZ went live with the headline, "From TV moms to real-life betrayers, Phylicia reveals the last days of Tempestt and Malcolm." Meanwhile, The Root published an editorial titled, "When Black Royalty Turned on Itself." And just when it seemed like the drama couldn't possibly get any bigger, Keshia Knight Pulliam stepped out from the shadows. Oh yes, Keshia posted to her Instagram story a black screen with nothing but white text. You don't know the half of it, but guess anyway. An hour later, she deleted the story, but the internet never forgets. Screenshots spread like wildfire, and almost instantly, TikTok exploded. Hypothetical videos with blurry, leaked audio, over-the-top reenactments, even fan-made movie trailers. Together, racking up more than 8 million views in just 36 hours. But underneath the memes and the chaos, something darker was happening. A real shift in public perception. Because if Phylicia Rashad, the elegant, untouchable mother of Black Hollywood, could hide a secret this big, then the question became unavoidable. Who else was complicit? Then came the subpoenas. According to an anonymous court source, who only went by D, Malcolm-Jamal Warner's estate, still tied up in probate over messy paperwork, was suddenly hit with an investigative request from an independent task force. And what were they after? A shadowy, never-before-reported incident from 2017. Allegedly, it happened during a private dinner with Malcolm, Tempestt, and one more unnamed guest. that guest didn't leave quietly. No, according to D, they left the restaurant in tears, limping and clutching a ripped copy of a script called The Cosby Chronicles. Yeah, let that one sink in. That night is often described as the breaking point, the moment Tempestt allegedly threatened to go public, ready to finally reveal what she claimed happened behind the scenes. But then came the twist. An unverified leak claims someone stepped in, urging her to hold back. The timing isn't right, they said. The world isn't ready. Fast forward to 2024. Tempestt has disappeared from the spotlight. Malcolm's death still hangs under a cloud of questions. And now Phylicia herself has admitted, publicly, that she kept quiet about information that could have changed everything, maybe even shifted the path of justice. And this is where the story swerves straight into scandal territory. A supposed tech whistleblower who goes by the name Xerax claims he pulled a deleted voice memo straight out of Tempest's iCloud. The kicker? It was recorded just 3 days before Malcolm's tragic downfall. The memo itself hasn't been released to the public, but leaks describe it as Tempest's chilling farewell to a close friend. Her words, "I know too much. I've been silent for too long, and if anything happens to me, don't let them paint me as crazy." It's still a mystery who Tempestt was warning about in that memo, but her words have fueled endless speculation, drawing attention to everyone from former Cosby Show directors to powerful entertainment lawyers, and raising suspicions of hidden pressures, buried secrets, and the possibility that Tempestt herself was caught in something far more dangerous than the public ever realized. And then came the most shocking twist of all. After Phylicia Rashad finally broke her silence, she vanished completely from public life. No red carpets, no Oprah sit-downs, not even a tweet, just a vague press release from her team stating, "Ms. Rashad has said what she needed to say. She has no further comment." That eerie silence only deepened the tension and made the whole saga feel more unpredictable than ever. But insiders whisper that behind the curtain, Phylicia was quietly placed in a private facility in Vermont for what her team called voluntary observation, citing emotional stress and relentless media harassment. To some, it looks like classic damage control. To others, it's proof that Phylicia is finally breaking under the weight of a secret she's carried for decades. And then came her sister, Debbie Allen, who broke her silence with a single cutting line in essence. "This is not how we wanted her legacy to go." But sometimes the truth makes the crown tilt. Oh, it's messy, it's tragic, and it's revealing. But the most heartbreaking part? The fans, the very people who grew up with this cast, who believed in the image of Black excellence it projected, are now left questioning everything. Was it all just a script? Was the unity an illusion? Were those picture-perfect smiles nothing more than a glossy cover over decades of pain, resentment, and hidden truths? And now, as fans flood online spaces to replay Tempest's most touching moments, the warm hugs with Claire Huxtable, the playful sibling fights with Theo, the shy smiles that masked heartbreak, one question echoes louder than the rest. Did she know it would all end like this? Because according to those closest to her, Tempestt wasn't drafting a script or working on a memoir in her final days. She was writing a letter, addressed to someone she trusted. No one has revealed who that person was, but the theories are already spiraling out of control. Was it Raven? Was it Phylicia? Was it Malcolm? Or was it us, the audience? Maybe, just maybe, that letter was meant for everyone. A way of saying that behind the sitcom's sparkle, behind the laughter and carefully polished legacy, there were fractures. And in those fractures lived the cries no one wanted to hear. Now, though, we hear them, loud and clear. And with Phylicia's confession, the legacy we thought was untouchable has been changed forever. The truth is messy. The questions are louder than ever. And as one blogger put it perfectly, we watch them grow, but we never watch them fall apart. Now that collapse is out in the open, raw, public, and impossible to take back. Which leaves us with the million-dollar question: was Malcolm's death simply a tragic end, or was it the final chapter in a long story of pain, silence, and emotional warfare? Because if even half of what Phylicia has revealed about Tempestt is true, then this isn't just a scandal, it's a cover-up of Hollywood proportions, one so massive it makes the old Cosby allegations look small by comparison. And that leaves us asking the uncomfortable questions. How many more secrets are buried in the dressing rooms of America's most cherished sitcom? What else has Phylicia been holding back all these years? And most haunting of all, what really went down between Tempestt and Malcolm once the cameras stopped rolling? Plastic. And that, folks, is the talk of Hollywood. If Phylicia's account holds even a shred of truth, then this isn't just a scandal. It's a turning point in television history. But now it's your turn. Do you think Tempestt was a victim, a betrayer, or just a pawn in something bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, share this with your fellow drama junkies, and of course, subscribe so you don't miss the next round of secrets. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.